Welcome to The Backstory. I'm Robert, and I'm happy to welcome back Andria Logan White. You're a returning guest. You're a mother, you're a blogger, and now an author as well. You've got the book Perfectly Unfinished. Welcome back.
Thanks, Robert.
So you have done a little bit of everything, and you've done on-camera work, and now you're doing behind-camera work as well. What's the difference between being in the front and then behind the camera?
And just in terms of the book and
anything.
Well, I'm behind the camera 24/7, being at home and a mommy and a wife.
True.
You know, but this project in the book is something that I feel like I've finally discovered what my life, what I'm meant for, and I feel like it's a perfect definition of what I've been searching for my whole life.
Cool.
Of this emptiness of feeling like God's finally saying this is it.
This is your point. So did you have a moment where it just kind of popped in your head of like, I need to do this, this is that next step?
Yes, but it's funny when God gives you dreams and desires, it doesn't happen overnight. So this has been 12 plus years that God put on my heart, and lots of journals and things like that. And then this has been about a 2-year process in the making of writing. So it's been a slow and steady climb.
And you're not new to writing. You've been writing a blog as well. And on the blog you do recipes, but you also deal with things like pain and love. Which one comes more naturally to you? Is it easier to just like put out a recipe, or do you like getting into more of the emotional things?
Well, the emotional things are a little tougher, and sometimes I have to filter my transparency, but I also feel a responsibility that this is part of my purpose and why God has me on this earth, is to share my struggles and trials and bring comfort to others. So do I like recipes and being a mommy and doing something that has hot dogs and spaghetti? Yes, I love that. That's fun, but I like authenticity as well, because that's what I look for.
So you have 3 kids, and I understand they're incredibly active. You guys are both in the arts world. Do they have any interest in the arts, or are they pursuing that at all like their parents?
Yeah, it's funny because our middle child loves it, and she's the most shy, introverted, sensitive. She's very similar to me. And she loves it, and then she gets on camera and boom, she lights up, she has her lines. And so we certainly don't audition, they don't do any of that. They're in some of our projects that they love, but it's kind of a hobby for them. We don't push it.
Keep it fun kind of a thing?
Exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So you also are a prime example of someone following their passions, pursuing the dream, and really succeeding at that, I think. And what would you tell somebody who maybe is an aspiring artist and wants to pursue those passions? What advice would you give?
That's a great question. Well, it depends where they're at in life. For me, I'm a wife and a mother, so those 2 things, obviously God first, and then a wife, and then a mommy, so then my career gets leftovers.
Sure.
But I think, the only failure is when you give up, really. And if there's something that God puts on your heart that you feel like you can't let go of, it's usually a dream from God. And, if it's acting or theater, do something locally at your church, at a local theater. If it's writing, just start a blog. Like, you never know. Sometimes it takes off, and you don't know what God's going to do. Because more times than not, for me, my dreams, I know that it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with God. So that's a good thing. Can't go wrong with putting Him first.
Absolutely. So my final question, it's always the hardest one. You're incredibly busy. So if you could get an extra week a year or an extra hour a day, which one would you choose and why?
I would choose the extra hour a day because I cannot find the time to exercise or take care of myself in a way that I'd like to keep, if I want to live long, strong, healthy, active, I feel like I put everything else but myself in terms of self-care. I'm working on that. So I think I'd take the extra hour.
Very cool. Good choice. I think I would too.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for returning again, and make sure to check out Perfectly Unfinished. It's going to be I've been enjoying reading it actually this week. So it's been very enjoyable. Check it out. Also make sure to catch Andria on Hour of Power, and thank you for coming back.
Thank you so much, Robert. My pleasure.